Stuart, we head into Wednesday night on the back of 2 consecutive wins, so what's been your takeaway from the past 2 performances and the general mood here at the moment?
Yeah, naturally, the mood's good, positive because of the results. Not just the results, but the way we've got the results in the performances. So yeah, you go back to the Sheffield United game, after 20 minutes, 2-0 down at home, after having 2 defeats prior to that, looked a bit grim, but the lads stuck at it, and it was a fantastic comeback, and that gave us obviously the confidence to go down to Southampton, who, although results-wise haven't been on good form, if you actually looked at the stats and the goals chances created, they were second only to Coventry. So we knew it was going to be a tough game, as in, with the individual players they had in attacking areas. But thankfully, I think we were probably better without the ball than we were with it. We had good passages of play with the ball, but I think out of possession were excellent. Obviously, Dan made one outstanding save, but I thought there was some big defensive performance, likes of Linz and Adele, who've been on the periphery this season, came in and did fantastic, allied with a lot of hard work. Really, it was down to the sort of the side that the dirty side, if you like, the blocks, the tracking runners, the hard side, which you need if you're going to win a game. It's great to see individual skill, and the forwards put it in the top corner, but Jordan Storey had a block in the first half from a wide free kick, which probably went unnoticed by most, and actually probably did by us until we actually watched the game back. The lads got a tap in. If Jordan don't get across and get a block in, and probably nobody's even seen that, and it's just worth a goal. Having said that, Dan would have probably saved it, even though it had been point blank, but I think everyone's just putting the bodies on the line at the minute, which you need, and we've got a little bit of individuality in the top third of the park, which is also good.
And Lewis Dobbin, who missed a golden opportunity moments before, makes no mistake and has what is his 4th Preston North End goal, the first to come away from Deepdale.
Yeah, I think Lewis Dobbin is one of those players, and he's the latest really of a lot of players that have been telling us about how good the atmosphere here is, and how Lewis Dobbin described it as a small family. Is that really important for you and Hecky to kind of instill that here that impacts the football then?
Yeah, of course, yeah. We always talk, I've been in the game a long time, and I think for me, going back to when I was a player, it's about the environment you have in your club, first and foremost, but in the dressing room, is key. You need good senior professionals in there, sort of, say running the dressing room, but, organising. But it's easy to say things when, everything's going well, and it's, the time when you show real spirit and desire and togetherness is when things go against you. So obviously we're only a quarter way into the season, so we will come through some difficult periods, no doubt, in the next few months. And then I think that's the true mettle of a side, and the togetherness that you have. But you only have to look at we've got 9 lads that are actually first team, not just young boys, first team players that would, maybe half of them would be, starting the game, and the other half would probably be on the bench. So that's when you need everyone. And I think it was really important and good for everyone on Saturday at Southampton that, the lads that came in, I mentioned Linz and Adele, who, been on the periphery, but even like Mads and Steffi, when they came on, had an impact on the game. Jamal, who's only been in the door 2 minutes, he was excellent, and he's been training really well. So, yeah, you want that at your football club. Obviously, results help. It gives everybody around the club a bounce. But it's just hard work, day in, day out, and hopefully most times you get your rewards.
Brockyard carrying it forward. He's got Smith and Tordarson in support. Brockyard's going alone. Finds Tordarson. Tordarson back to Brockyard! Yes, come on! Points secured on the road for Preston North End.
What about Wednesday night then? What can we expect from the game against Swansea City?
Yeah, again, we've watched their game back. We'll watch, as you do, you always analyse a lot of the games, but certainly on Saturday down at Charlton, who've been having good form at home, they got a good point and probably deserved all 3. And they missed a couple of chances later on. And they are, I think they're still high up in the stats. Swansea over the years know the past teams to death, sometimes without having an end product. But they are certainly more, I would say, resilient in Swansea sides previous. They get about the game, and they'll make it tough for us, and no doubt. We watched them. Obviously, they went down to Southampton and got a 0-0 a couple of weeks ago, and obviously on the road on Saturday, 1-1 at Charlton. So, yeah, every team you come up against presents their own challenges, and no doubt that they'll be no different. Look back at our game we had against them last season, when Sheehan had just gone in as the manager, and it was a 0-0. But we played well that night. We just missed so many opportunities. So we'll take the same performance, but hopefully we can put away some of the opportunities we create.